It is time for some more Duel Links Rush Duel gameplay, going in with the brand new Noodle Ninja deck, which I didn't actually play when it first came out in the first original main box, right? I didn't touch it. Now, new supports come out, the brand new skill, and this deck has gotten way better. Now, I've been playing, 25, 30, 40 games with this deck, and it's been performing really well. So, we want to see this on turn 2, right? But I think we fire this turn 1 because later in the duel, it's going to give us some value in terms of getting attack points, and we milled one of the best cards in our deck. That is kind of unfortunate. Let's go for the extra spice, because we can now play the skill to just get some burn damage off, right? Play the skill, our reboot, we give our monster attack points, and because level 7 or higher, we can then bring back a pyro in our graveyard, then summon it, play the effect, sack it off, and deal 1000. And draw into our spice for next turn. Not too bad. Now, of course, we would prefer to end on 3 bodies, but getting a draw 1 into this is going to be really big. Now, hopefully, Yuga, he could either be on Pure Spellcast or he is on Magnum Overlord. So we've got to be very careful, because any life point deficit we put between us is going to mean Magnum Overlord comes out with an insane attack point bonus. So that's going to be not fun. Seven's Road Prismatic coming down low. Okay, we at least have something to deal with it. That's fine. Milling. Oh, that's all. Okay, so if that back row is not a widespread, then we've won. Force Raider. Okay, that is going to be absolutely massive. So let's go first of all and set the rat. We'll then go for our Spice, the Elite Ninja. Now, if that back row is a widespread, kind of annoying, but we can go Flavor Inspector, play the effect of our Spice, sack it off, deal 1000. We're now in a much better spot. Okay, activate the skill, reboot. Gonna go and buff up the extra spice. Sure, we'll then play the spice. Gonna be gaining attack points. Okay, we've got game board regardless, right? If it's a barrier, if it's the guard, if it's a widespread, then we've won. Connect. Sure, thank you. 19 in. You've got to do something now. If you don't, there we go. Game 1 down, of course. He didn't have the best starter, but if that back row was a widespread, I think it was, then regardless, he would have lost. And of course begins the classic Rush Duel experience of just sitting here waiting for a player. We could find one in a second or find one in 2 minutes. Who knows? But the new box came out, of course, and I found myself playing more decks from this deck build box of like 8 new cards than the entirety of the Super Mini, which I think I played 1 card from, it being the guard. So I think, Konami, maybe you should make your boxes a little bit better going forward. We've found a game. Let's see who we've got. We have got Trasno from Colombia, a 5-time King Games Rush Duelist playing Nail. It's a 9-win streak. Okay, playing the Dragias skill, not too bad. Now, again, we've opened the SL, and I kind of don't want to do this one turn 1. So let's just go and set 3. Hopefully, he doesn't summon a Drago turn 1 and then flip a guy up, attack in, because that'll be really annoying, and then we've lost either way. Going for the Dark Femtron, and setting 1 back row, setting 2. Is that all you've got? Okay, so he could be holding on to doubly drag a piece in his hand. That could be a thing. There's our spice. So let's go summon into spice here. We're not going to gain that much value from the attack point buff, but we can still go for the guy, go for the gazelle, the guy, the Force Raider, go for the gazelle, play the skill, get a bit of a buff up, and we're not going to mill with this. I don't think I want to right now, just in case we do mill one of our high tributes. But let's go attack Force Raider. Nothing. Okay. With gazelle, there is a barrier. Okay, so I think you've got a barrier face down, given that it would only work when a body's in the graveyard. So he's on a bit of a less than optimal build for a Drago, as far as I can tell. Going for the summon, gonna play the skill. It's a bit of a weird way he's playing it, right? He's doing all of his summons first, not going into like one of the big ones first, and then working out what happens after that. It's a little bit of a weird way of playing Rush Duel, I think, compared to usual, is what people play on ladder. But let's see, gonna be getting a double tribute for the Manny. Okay, that's very big, and the accelerator coming down to knock out the widespread. That's not too great, but he is on very low life, so all we've got to see is a big body, and then with his Femtron on board, it is going to be game. Clearing 1, going to clear the second one, that is fine. Are the cards, please give us a nice big body, or even a Cerberus, or that, or a Shield and Sword, which will clean up things quite nicely. Let's go Fire Yarrow, let's go for the stock new ninja, and let's just go and swing in and see what happens. 13 lethal exactly onto game number 3. Okay, Roa. So Kuguro Rebels could be an archive skill. It is an archive skill. Okay. So Harpies or Thunders or the one we're playing. Let's see. If it's a mirror, that's a not overly fun mirror, and that's a not overly great starting hand, but we are going to go for the Essel, because why not, right? And we mill. Oh boy. Literally, like, one of the worst mills you could have gotten, right? Is your boss and the best card in Rush Duel. So, our opponent now knows that he doesn't really need to fear our back row. It is a straight aggro build, okay. Going for the Dragias, in for the Double Wolf. Milling the Dragias is actually, you know, that's quite funny. Milling the Legend, okay, we all milled some very good cards. He's playing Servant at Dawn, okay. I do want to try this out. It is just kind of, well, like Rush Duel now, it's just big Unga Bunga big sticks, but at least it's kind of fun, you can play dinos, that's fun. Right, come on, let's see. We have got... Okay, so not overly amazing. Shield and Sword here does nothing really. We can still clear most of this apart from this Gazelle. That's kind of annoying. Inspector. Into our Flame Cerberus. That, of course, is going to be able to clear this Mega Zowler. Let's go Gazelle. Can clear this. And or we could crash, right? We could crash. I then don't want to let him go into the other beast package, right? So let's just go and set the Inspector. We'll get a free buff. That's fine. And then just go and clear these two bodies here, right? 1, 2. There we go. And let's see. 1 card in hand, 1 card on field. It's just that like, losing that widespread is really big, of course, against Dragias. He can easily clear our entire board if he's not finding cards the Mammoth Graveyard, okay. Setting a back row. Again, it's weird the order people do stuff, right? Because I feel like the back row you should set last because you don't want to kind of commit to certain things, but sure. Attack in, okay. So, he probably regrets here, like doing this, but that's fine, gonna clear this. Right, let's see. We've got, not great again. This back row again, it could be a widespread, which is gonna be painful against the Vorse Raider, but it is our only real way of clearing this board. So, we've got to kind of go for it, right? By Yarrow, and hopefully this connects and doesn't get blown up. It doesn't, okay, that's very good for us. Okay, that's cool. Attacking in. That back row is probably a back row removal. We go Cyclone, which we don't really want this card to be removed, but I guess if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. We've got another copy in the deck anyway, so that's fine. And he's not on a Maximum deck, so this won't be super duper important. Phoenix Dragon, though, is going to revive the Dragias. And there is a Shield and Sword, going to make more damage on board. He can't go for Revive Pikachu, so it just depends on the other cards in hand. Are they going to be some bodies? They are, meaning we've most likely lost this duel right now. In for a Flame Cerberus, okay, that is way more than 36 damage on board, right? I think going to be, or maybe not, maybe just smidged out, but he feels confident. 15, 12, yep, okay, and then 15, yep, okay. Okay, fair enough, you win some, you lose some, it's Rush Duel. On to game 4. Yuga, will you be an archive skill, or is it going to be someone based or something playing Seven's Road or Magnum Overlord? Let's see, going second. Okay, please show me the Essel just one time, please. We don't. We've got the big boost though for attack points. That's kind of fun. Setting 1, setting 2. So I'm going to assume you're on spellcasters, right? Because I feel like if you had the piece, you would like go for a big set, but no. Oh, okay. So we can go Inspector into stock, summon into the extra spice. Now we could go for the big spice, right? But I don't want to double commit into 2 big bodies and then lose them for the attack phase next turn. So let's go spice, sack this off, gonna go for some burn into Flavor Inspect. Okay, that is fine. Getting a draw off into these 2. Now if we get widespread here, that's okay. We don't. He is on Magnum Overlord though. And he sent 1, 2, so I think he probably has a 3rd piece of this in the hand, right? Maybe opened 3 of this, because otherwise you would have played the skill to dump it, or maybe just didn't want to give away any information, and make me think you're on 7's Road Axel, and then of course deal some burn damage to you via the skill, so now you've got that deficit. So, again, it's a weird matchup, but sometimes it does work out quite nicely. Now, this is one thing this deck doesn't do well with, right? Is your opponent just going all in on these sets. Now, just get around that, right? We have got our burn guy, but against this particular deck, that's not a good thing to have. Oh, okay. Okay, always a fantastic sign, right? Meaning the widespread It is a bit weird what he's doing, because I feel like he would have revealed a card in hand, set this, got the debuff on. This seems a bit of a weird play, but I'm all kind of for it. Going to be playing the effect, getting the attack point buff on, getting rid of a magical stream, okay. And taking to this. What is that in hand, like another high tribute? Is that what that is? Not a Magnum Overlord piece? Because that's... oh, that's kind of annoying. So here we go for the Essel. We then do the mill, because why not, right? Oh my god. Milling both of our legends. Are you serious? The best cards in our deck. Now we do have this card in hand, so this does actually work out quite nicely. So not all hope is lost, but if that back row is another stream, then it's not the best, right? We can then go and we want to play the skill to revive a Pyro. I guess we kind of should do, in a way, but I'm going to go for the Gazelle. I'm going to go set Sword and Shield. Going to play the skill. Just give us a bit of a buff. That's fine. And then play the effect of our new ninja. We know it can't be widespread. And so, there should be some big damage in. If we summoned out another body, then it would have gone to 17 anyway, so either way, it wasn't game on board, but still, in a very, very good spot. But he can, of course, go for the big Magnum Overlord and kill us. I completely forgot. In talking, I saw the widespread go, and the Sword and Shield, and it all went out the window. So, if he does this turn, draw into all three pieces, which could happen, right? But he's not done any of the whole recycling back, so I guess the chances are slim, but it's rushed so anything can happen. Then we've just lost it, right? No, okay, going for the debuff, which I think means you haven't got it, right? There's no way you would play the debuff if you didn't have all the pieces, right? Or would you? Just kind of fill out your hand? Maybe? We'll see, right? Maybe that is enough damage on board. 3 in hand, sack him off. 7's Road Magician coming down. Just please go for the attack on this guy with 7's Road, right? And then we're gonna win. We're gonna win by our Sword and Shield. We're gonna win because of that. Attacking in, let that one go through, that's fine. Deal 13, that's okay. 7's Road, gonna come in, because if you don't, I'm gonna kill you. So you gotta go in anyway. Right, there's no way you survive this. In for Sword and Shield, add the card back to our hand. Here we go, attacking in. I always do this, right? I always do this. I just don't know how to read, right? I just don't know how to read. The reason why we play this card is because it is very good on the crackback, right? It's very good for situations where your opponent does have Aurora Rebels, or they do have a, you're in a mirror match, right? It is good in that situation, but that was the completely wrong situation to play the card in. But it is going to win us the duel, so that is nice, right? Shield and Sword coming down. Gonna go into the stock new ninja. Gonna go and summon into the Essel as well. We can go and mill just a bit. That's fine. In for the Flame Cerberus coming down. Summon you. Activate our skill. Let's go. And it seems like he knows duel is over. He has a rage quit. On to game number 5, I think it is. Okay. This duelist is their first time being in Cog in Rush Duel in a while. It's a nail. So will it be maximum? Will it be a Drago? Let's see. It looks like it's going to be. We're going first on a 10-win streak. Okay, fair enough. Let's see. We've opened. Not that great, but not that bad, right? So let's go for stock. Go for flavor. In for the extra spice. Now, of course, he can play the skill to debuff this, but that's okay, right? He's got to invest resources to do it, and that's fine. Let's go our skill. Reboot. Gain attack points. Activate the effect. Can go and bring back this to our field. We can then go and summon this, and I am going to go for the whole burn for 1,000, right? And draw one. Okay. Into our second boss. Now, this is not a great sign because, knowing me and our deck, right, we've not got that many troops, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, knowing our luck, we'll see all of our tributes in this hand. And that will be a way to round off the video, right? Just the casual, usual Rush Duel curse of seeing all big bodies. Going for Ragnarok. Okay, making your Drago piece a double tribute. That is a little bit scary, but that's fine. In for Drago the Sky Emperor, and an Atshu. Now, the good thing here is you're on Cyburst. You're on 0 defense, which means you just lose to this. So if we draw some bodies, then we have gone 1. Let's go Shield and Sword, in for Flavor Inspector, in for Fire Yarrow, in for the Spice, the Elite Ninja, and the original boy, coming down Menzaboro, going to be very proud of us. Let's go and target this. Add back to our hand a Fire Yarrow, why not? We can't go for another summon, but that's fine. Gain attack points, milling the trap. That's the one card we kind of needed, but we are not going to end off the game on this turn, right? 16, 300 life points off. The worrying thing is that with Fire Yarrow, I think we're in... No, we're not in Yggdrago range, okay. So we can still survive the turn regardless. Gonna go and debuff both my guys. So you've not got a big summon in hand, just two 1500 bodies, I guess, will be coming out. No! You have Yggdrago. To end off the video, you've got Yggdrago, the Sky Emperor, coming down. Lovely animation. Here we go, let it play. We've not seen this one in a while. It's not too often you see Yggdrago summoned in ranked duels, but here we go. Here comes the boy, and he is going to be able to deal enough damage, but again, not enough to kill. So, please give me... Ooh! The Rush Duel Classic! Everyone, you're staring down a big maximum, and what do you get? 4 tributes, 1 spell card that could win you the game if you could summon it, but you can't. So that is going to be the end of the video for Noodle Ninjas. The deck is really fun. It can go on some really big win streaks, right? But also, it's still Rush Duel. You are still going to lose to those brick hands, to those unlikely situations, and this skill is really, really good for making this card live. Now, you might be thinking, okay, why are you not playing 3 of it? The card is so good. Because I don't want a brick, and you don't get that much value off of just summoning the Cerberus. I was originally playing 3 of this, 1 of this, but over the course of playing, I felt like there wasn't enough damage output with just this. We then played this. This card I found doesn't come up super duper often, you don't always need it, but against a maximum deck, it is really, really good. Because even if you were to play the alternative, right, everyone loves this card, right, Talismanic, the only way in this deck you're already outing a maximum is if you've got a tribute on your field. And so this card just does what that does, but in a different way, because the buff from this or the buff from this should be enough to get you into the damage threshold to beat the maximum. It won't be as massive amount of damage, but this deck can easily get big boards of 5,000, 6,000 damage on board, go for OTKs with the shield and sword, which of course is good against the mirror match, against Raw Rebels, against Cyburst. So against, you know, half the decks in this game, this card is fantastic. If I knew how to play this card would be amazing. It has won me a ton of games, but also, as you've seen, sometimes I just forget how to play the card. Is this the best version of the deck you can make? Probably not, but it's the one I've been enjoying the most, and so that was the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. Hopefully going to be a Dragon video tomorrow over the weekend. Still going to go and get my 2nd and 3rd copies of the Inferno, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next Duel Links video. See you then.